In his final address to the United Nations General Assembly, as the U.S. President, Joe Biden pushed for a deal between Israel and Hamas to end the conflict in Gaza.
Now is the time for the parties to finalize its terms, bring the hostages home, and secure security for Israel and Gaza free of Hamas' grip, ease the suffering in Gaza, and end this war.
West Asia is on edge as tensions between Israel and Hezbollah escalate, raising fears of a multi-front conflict. World leaders, meanwhile, are calling for restraint. More details in the next report.
Fears of a full-blown conflict in West Asia have risen many-fold as Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah carry out attacks on each other. The hostilities have created a frenzy among civilians on both sides who are running for shelter. Calling the situation alarming, the UN has warned that tens of thousands of Lebanese will be displaced. The latest wave of attacks came after Israel carried out strikes on Hezbollah targets.
Based on precise intelligence, we conducted extensive strikes against Hezbollah terror targets in Lebanon that posed an imminent threat. The IDF struck 1,300 targets until now, including long-range cruise missiles, heavyweight rocket with 1,000-kilo warhead.
Hezbollah ramped up attacks on Israeli military sites, including an airfield, while Israel said that it struck the group's missile launchers and weapons storage facilities. The IDF has said that it will not give Hezbollah a break. As a precautionary measure, over 30 international flights to and from Beirut have been cancelled. Calls for calm have been increasing, with the White House saying that Joe Biden is committed to de-escalate tensions on Israel-Lebanon border while pushing for an Israel-Hamas deal.
Full-scale war is not in anyone's interest. Even if the situation has escalated, a diplomatic solution is still possible. In fact, it remains the only path to lasting security to allow the residents from both countries to return to their homes and the border safely. And that's what we're working tirelessly to achieve.
EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell has said that there's nearly a full-fledged war in Lebanon.
The catastrophe continues. And escalation in Lebanon is extremely dangerous and worrying. I can say that we are almost in a full-fledged war.
While the UN has called for diplomatic efforts to address the crisis. The strikes have increased pressure on Hezbollah, which last week suffered heavy losses when thousands of pagers used by its members exploded in the worst security breach in its history. A wider conflict also risks raising tensions between Israel's major ally US and Iran, which backs Hezbollah. Bureau Report, DD India.